We should be rolling here. And go ahead and state your name for the record.
Yeah, this is Dustin Heathman in the Marion County Jail.
And what are you there for, Dustin?
Well, it started out as driving on suspended license first time, and it ended up with 10 counts of attempted murder on a law enforcement officer.
So they came to your house and to arrest you over a suspended license?
Well, the complete allegation is that I violated my first time DUI, which wasn't even a proper DUI. It was a refusal to blow after I passed all the field sobriety tests. You know, and then at the jail they tried to get me to blow, and I said, no, I'm already at the jail. You've already made up your mind. So, I don't want to make it too lengthy here, but
right.
With the court sanctions, a year's probation, a year's suspended driver's license, thousands of dollars of court fees and fines, and mandatory attendance at classes, I started asking myself, how in the world do you expect me to pay you if I can't get to and from work? How in the world do you expect me to attend these classes?
Okay.
Make it a crime for me to do so.
Right. Well, let's stop it there, and let's remember though that all DMV code is of commercial in nature. It's only supposed to be enforced against people who are being paid behind the wheel. So that unfortunately includes all the DUIs. You know, we're not making the law. We're just reading the law as it sits on the record. And the way it sets is it's an overreach to enforce DMV code on everyday people who are not being paid behind the wheel. And it's a federal overreach that everyone wants to ignore for the revenue. And you're a sad result of their enforcing it with violence, and that's my humble opinion.
It's a respected opinion, and I agree. And as far as overreaching goes, also I was reading today a case I'm sure you may have seen already before called I want to say it Thompson versus Smith. And what that essentially says.
Well, let me hold on.
It not only makes a distinction between a right and a privilege as far as traveling goes in an automobile on public streets.
Let me stop you there. No reason to quote case law. The people that are going to be seeing this video are well versed in case law, but there are opinions. These are just opinions. Okay? Tolman said it takes none of the constitutions to enforce this basic right. Yes, to use a car or any safe mode of transportation without any licensing, registration, or insurance, nothing required. So we're way past that, and everyone knows this. This cat's way out of the bag. What we got to do now is try to get this to reach, I guess, the recruit schools and roll call so everybody can get straight on what the law really is and not what they just want to interpret it is as they want to tell us we interpret it on the side of the road. And this is getting ridiculous because you can Google it. But let me give you a moment. Go ahead and give a message to everybody out there.
Well, I want to say everybody on my page on Stand With Dustin Heathman, I want to tell everybody thank you for your support. It means a lot. I just keep on sharing it, because eventually I might be able to come across a decent lawyer, because they've handed me some guy that's legally incompetent. I mean, this guy is no good. But on your page, on any pages that this gets shared on, thank you all for your support. And for the detractors, you're entitled to your opinion, and I respect that. But you know, this is just one in many steps in the battle to retake America.
Yeah, I just don't think this level of force is required in enforcing a commercial license. You know, and the answer of your question is yes. Even with a suspended license because of the family court fraud and child support industry or whatever it may be, you still have a basic right to get back and forth without any of their paperwork. And if this is a free and open society, that's where we have to be. And it's been swept under the rug over and over and over for so long that's where we get all this case law from. But this opinion is just not holding it together for us out on the street, because we have the enforcers being trained in quite a different way. So this is where, you know,
it's an occupying army, and they're being trained to look at us, the people, as the enemy.
Well, you know, that's where the tires meet the pavement, and we have to be able to function as a free and open society. And that's where the police and the enforcers really need to get to Google and get a little bit of an education on what they've done in turning the roads into revenue and ruining lives of people over and over and over. I mean, there are people going to prison that's habitual suspended license. Come on, not because they did anything wrong on the road. You know, it could be the child support enforcement crap. It's just over money. So you're saying you have no right to freedom of the roads if you can't pay us. Because that's what we got.
I want to say another thing too, as far as gun rights go, if you don't mind.
Well,
the Second Amendment says shall not be infringed, period. And that Second Amendment wasn't put there for hunters or for even personal defense. It was to keep the government in check. It was to let the government know that, look, you have an armed populace to answer to. It was to let the government know that you can't just push us over. And when you come in with force of arms under color of law to deprive me of my rights, then you're supposed to utilize the Second Amendment.
And now you're frowned upon it if you do.
Having said that, I never tried to kill anybody. There's nobody. The only person that got injured in this incident was me. There was plenty of opportunity. I even posted video of the way some of them were stationed. They were wide open. If I wanted to shoot, they can't see my movements in the windows. They couldn't see me. I could see them. I had plenty of opportunity to hurt somebody if that's what I wanted to do, and I never did. What I wanted to do was prevent bloodshed, and that's what happened. I'm the only one that got hurt, and yet I'm facing 10 life sentences right now, and no one got scratched.
Well,
but I want to say thank you to you and to everybody else that's taken up the torch, and you guys are fighting for a better America.
Normally, those force of arms are only required when there's someone being harmed, or someone's property is at severe risk, that you would come in with that kind of force. And this is Sheriff Blair at Marion County Sheriff's Department, who's under a lot of questions. His background, his very manner of being selected or elected, I'm not sure what happened there, but if you look at it and read into his election fiasco itself, the entire office is questionable. I've served him ample, and he still allowed me to go through his bar buddy's routine and be jailed, and he never came to the rescue, and that was my point to be made. So I'm not there anymore, thank the Lord. But we're rooting for you, man.
Off the record there, Mr. Scott, I gotta ask you, because I gotta get going. I'm about to run out.
Yep.
Do you want me to write you the story? The only way I could write to you is through snail mail, but if you want to give me your address, I can write it to you and send it to you, and we'll keep in touch.
Well, the best way you can do that, man, is what you're doing right now. Call me, because I'm not doing this alone. I'm gonna let everybody hear what you're saying today.
Okay.
Yeah, this is gonna go straight from us talking to the net. So.
All right, and can you do me a favor and share it with Jenny for my page?
I'm sure she's gonna see it.
Okay.
All right, but you get some more.
I appreciate it. I'll be in touch when I have another opportunity. We'll keep this struggle up.
Get some more money in your account. That way we can get a little more word from you. All right.
All righty.
Very good.
All right.
Bye bye.